no. That's why I came back. That's why I got back. Because as I was reading my book, I said, well, this is nice masturbation. Like mental masturbation about lighting and show people how I'm good. And I'm sure I'm going to get nailed 3-4 times by some other psycho,
Sure.
that are focusing on that 0.01.
Yes.
And then I said it's 0.02. I'm wrong. So, no, this is not what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to talk about you, me, my mother,
Sure.
my grandmother. If I cannot explain this simply to my grandmother, forget about it. And my best beta test is my son.
Okay.
So I have a 9-year-old son, and I run everything by him. I said, what do you think of that? And now he's a bit more educated. But when we started, it was like, well, I like this. Why do you like it? Well, it looks like fire.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
like, oh, well, this looks like, those movie and the space. And it's very, so, that's where I started to learn that I cannot talk to somebody the language with my knowledge and make him understand because I'm on another planet.
Yeah, sure.
La La Land.
Yeah.
So I got to bring to their level. What do you like? What's cool for you? What do what makes you feel home? You want to stay there. What room in the house do you like? That they know.
Yeah.
Right? But if
For
I
sure.
say, oh, I want to imagine you're in the Palazzo in Italy. They don't give a fuck. They're sorry.
He swears. That's 3 swears on the live stream. That's okay.
Sorry, but you understand?
Yeah, I get it totally. If you had told me 10 years ago, okay, 2014,
I was
2015.
retired. I told you.
I know, but I was slinging fluorescent high bays like a demon. Okay,
Yeah.
I was going to T5, T8 high bays everywhere. Okay, I was going crazy. And if someone had to come to me and said, "Hey, you know what? In 10 years, you're going to replace that 32-watt fluorescent with a 10-watt bulb that produces the same amount of light, and you can select all the colors on it. 2700, 3000, 3500, 4000, 5000, and 6500. You just by flicking a switch on the bulb.
Impossible.
I would have never believed that.
What do you smoke? Yeah, exactly.
How far I think there's been more change and innovation in the lighting industry than any other industry, even phones.
Oh, totally.
I think the lighting industry has had so much change happen to it in the last 10 years that there should be a case study done at Harvard on it.
Michael, just think what physical impact lighting has on your body.
It's so underestimated. It's so underestimated
Exactly.
by
Your
everybody.
phone doesn't have any impact. Well,
No.
beside the radiating right into your head.
I got a big tumor growing. Don't worry, just like everybody
we all
else.
do, especially if you're in the lighting industry.
Yeah.
But but the funniest thing is that like we just start to scratch, all the array of what light does. And it's funny, I was talking to Mark, and I'm sorry I'm missing his talk right now, but the beauty of this is true. Is that now guys are like, oh God, we can heal people, we can grow plant faster, we can change circadian for our growing for our livestock, we can do this, we can do.
Sure.
You see all of this now, it becomes like, no, I'm not going door to door. One of my mentors, his name was Lionel. He worked for Lightlear.
Okay.
Is actually Crosshine. You were talking about
sure.
high bay. So he was working for Crosshine, and he was literally with his little sample box knocking to doors and selling pictures.
Sure.
That's what he was doing.
I used to go door to door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
selling light bulbs.
now, try to do that with LED. I mean, some people do. Those AV guys do it, but you see, you get into a different type of dialogue now. Because if you want to be serious about it, I mean, if you want to be a peddler.
But well, listen, one man's peddler is another man's genius. Who knows with that, right? Everybody's trying to make a living.
Yeah.
But what I would say is we're finally, what's changed in my mind, two things have the zeitgeist has shifted. Number one, LEDs don't last forever. Okay.
Yeah.
Number two, the conversation has finally gotten away from lumens per watt. We can finally use light to do something other than save energy.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a wonderful thing to get that climate change mitigation. Listen, I'm all about energy efficiency. Don't get me the wrong way. But we got that. We used to be the nail for the climate change hammer, our industry, all the time. Lumens per watt, lumens per watt, lumens per watt.
Well,
now people are back doing nice lighting systems again for people.
yeah. And the next one, the next iteration, if we can talk a little bit about the future, will be the CRI. You know, like, but that's another podcast.
I asked Dr. Jennifer Veach, I think it was, on Get a Grip on Lighting. I think it might have been another scientist. But do you know that scientists don't really know what light is from the sun? They don't know what it is.
I have no doubt.
Like, we don't even know what it is. It's almost like that secret to the universe is to figure out what light is and how it. So one of the best definitions I heard was that light is information.
I mean, it makes total sense.
You know, and if we can learn to use that information to make our lives better, to make people heal people, what a wonderful innovation. I think that's what you're talking about, is it not?
Well, exactly. And it's not only the visible spectrum, and if you stick to that, you're very limited. You know, because I was in another conversation this morning about, you know, ultraviolet. I mean, most of it you don't see it. You know, so then imagine all the possibilities.
We don't even know what's in that light we don't see.
Exactly.
Well, there's already stuff coming on about the IR. Infrared is very important, right? There's stuff coming out saying you're starting to hear rumbles that sunglasses are bad for you. Like, what? You shouldn't wear sunglasses? No, you should, especially in the winter. Do not wear sunglasses when you go outside. Let the sun go in your eyes.
Yeah.
Like, this is so counterintuitive to what people think.
Well, you know, like, I don't know if you know that, but, you know, at some point, lighting manufacturers were writing the lighting level for the IAS. They were on the committee and and in some event, all the level got cut down half. You know, because the manufacturers, of course, they wanted to sell more light bulbs.
Sure.
You know, so it you know, like, we're
Are you saying there's a deep state in lighting, Robert Lanteigne?
Oh God, I don't know.
They're out there.
No, but it's just we're human.
Yes.
We're all in this shit together.
Sure.
So, you know, you were saying, and when I was talking about peddler, I am the best peddler, by the way.
Sure.
You know, and anyone that doesn't consider himself as a peddler, you know, what the fuck you doing on Earth?
Yeah.
You got to survive, dude. You got to hustle. You got to do whatever it is. And that's why, you know, when people were saying, well, Bob, you're so hard to follow. You're doing so many things. No. You know, like, when I'm done, for me, life is a game. When I'm done with this game, I know the rule. I know all the crack.
Sure.
Okay, move on. You know, like, move on. And that's why when I look people that have not evolved, it breaks my heart. Well, actually, they die. You know,
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just flatten out and get into a rhythm. But you know, my son he works at Richmond Hill Subaru, and he's 19. He doesn't want to go to. He went through high school during COVID, so that's a whole other. He doesn't want to go ever back to school again. But he's either the top or one of the top salespeople after a year.
So he loves Grant Cardone.
What's that?
He loves Grant Cardone.
What's Grant Cardone? I don't know what that is.
You don't know Grant Cardone?
No.
Dude, you gotta.
Okay, I'll look it up after.
Yeah, you gotta laugh.
Okay, but I said to him, he's like, yeah, I'm kind of bored now, Dad. I said, yeah, sometimes you master things and you have to move on.
That's it.
Because you need a new challenge. You've mastered that. Maybe, I said, I don't know, you know, short-term plans stay there, maybe another 3-6 months a year. But after that, if you've mastered something, maybe it's you've left your mark and it's time to go on and do something else.
But you know, the greatest advice I never got, and I shot myself in the foot, is that nobody ever told me to, you know, keep what you're doing while you're building your dream.
Sure.
You know, like, for me, it was like, okay, I want to do this. Boom. Okay, fuck this. I'm done. And then start a new project at zero.
Yeah.
No revenue. So, like, the learning curve was harder and harder.
Sure.
So, but if somebody would have just said to me, you know what, you're on the right track. Just keep your job until you can replace with your new job.
Yeah.
And then do this and do that.
Except for the producers. They're not going anywhere. They're going to stay at Get a Grip Studios for the rest of their lives.
Well, I've cut the monitor. Yeah, but honestly, but there's also that synergy, right?
Sure.
Like that's you have a team, you have fun, you're creating. I mean,
It doesn't always have to be, your growth doesn't always have to happen through your career, too. There's other places you can grow. You can learn piano, play guitar,
you have yourself,
paint.
you have your couple, you
Sure.
have your group, you have, even your spirituality.
Sure, of course, your
You know?
faith. Yeah.
You have to do that.
Tell me about the Lighting Agora.
Well, the Lighting Agora was funny because I was looking for a group of rebel. Seriously, like I've been a member of the and it's fine, IAS, ILD, and everybody's like was so stiff, and I said I need some pirates.
Pirates, eh?
Yeah,
Swinging through their trees with knives in their teeth, eh?
exactly. Hey, yeah, that hay part, I missed that, and then I met Tom, and it went right off, and I said, okay, how can I help? What do you want me to do?
Sure.
And now I'm here in Toronto, like that's, sure. And I meet you guys. I mean, I didn't know that, and I come from the theater, so a grip for me has a totally different definition. And that's what I asked Tom. I said, are they theater guys? He said, no, they're real shit disturber. I said, wow, I like them already. You got to put me on that show.
Yeah, for sure. We have over 400 episodes, man.
Dude, I'm gonna be busy.
We got, and these are live streams, so these are not really episodes, but we get a significant amount of page views and impressions and all that with this. So we'll wrap it up here with Robert Lanteigne from Lightbob. Thank you for being the first guest from our live stream from Canada Light Expo 2024.
Well,
really
it was my pleasure. Thank you for taking my virginity in the world of podcasts.
We got to get you on the headline show. You're coming on the headline show for sure, where we'll record with Greg and we'll get it out as a podcast too.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Bob.
Thanks
nice
again.
to meet you. Yep.
Thank you, guys. You do a fantastic job. Thanks.